I normally don't. And, I mean, this year I have the van and it's like a weekday. And first of all, whoever is going to be attending this live, thank you. I know it's a weekday and it's a work week. So that's something. So I appreciate you for being here. I have my other phone up. I have to because I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see notifications. So let me pull that up. So I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. It better be. Today's April 22nd. It is my birthday today. So it's my official birthday, but I'm not really going to be doing anything until the weekend. But I mean, I don't, when you've had so many birthdays, it's like, it's another birthday. But it was fun decorating this van. I did have a good time doing that, though, for sure. I just have to pull up since I can't see from the distance. I just have to pull this up. Okay. Oh, I see myself. Okay, thank you, M. Vincent. I appreciate the happy birthday wishes. It's been a little crazy hectic trying to do all this, but like I said, it was fun. I would turn this thing on to show kind of like the view of the van, but it's very like it's not a smooth transition, so it was like moving the tripod, so it was pointless to do that. Um what? Wait, what? Phil, first of all, hi, Phil finds peace. Would you just say I'm glad to be able to I think you meant to get a live, and this is only my second live. I have no idea what I'm doing. None. Clueless. I don't really do live, so yeah, I'm still green. I did that first one, and if anybody watched that one, I don't know. I hit a button, the green screen came on. I had the phone horizontally, and it was supposed to be vertical. People said you're sideways. Yeah, that was a hot mess, but lesson learned. But I haven't done it in a while. But I know not to. I know to keep it vertical. So we're getting better. Gen X. We're getting a little better with the technology. I did have some questions. I wrote some stuff down. See, like, I don't know if I can show you. Like, let's see if you can see. Like, look, it's more birthday stuff going on in here. More birthday stuff. As a matter of fact, I'm supposed to be wearing my little happy birthday tiara. Hello. I did have birthday hats, but they're too tall to wear in these vans. I'll be, knocking that on all kinds of stuff. But I had some questions or answers, questions for myself, birthday questions for myself. Okay. So, looking back at this past year in the van, what was my most absolute favorite Vantasy moment? All right, well, we're only in April, so we're only into the fourth month of this year. So that won't be too hard. Um, I'm gonna have to say because it's been, you know, I didn't really do many events this year yet, but definitely going to the Peace, Love, and Vans event, and definitely because my lady group, we all kind of showed up together, all from different locations, and that made that trip extra special. So definitely going to Peace, Love, and Vans, and then I got to take Snoopy on his first van adventure. So all in all, just the whole trip was like just a good time. Because after that, I spent time with my daughter. So I'm definitely gonna say like that time period for sure. Ooh, what's the biggest lesson I've learned about myself since I started my welding career at 54? I had like chat GPT like just bump out some questions for me. So I'm actually just looking at these. One, that is not easy. Two, that it's really hot. So I'm not looking forward to that this summer. It's hot. Even working like third shift, it's gonna be, you know how like we're in the Northeast, so it's just gonna be a lot of humidity and just, heat. You have to wear a welding jacket because you have, obviously the sparks and stuff. So yeah, it's not an easy job. I have calluses. I'm getting man hands, y'all. Man hands. I have a callus on this finger, a callus here, because I have to use cutters to cut a lot of this metal, like into there's wires, and so it's a lot of cutting. And then when you have these raw edges, you have to weld this stuff, the raw edges together. So yeah, it's definitely. I mean, my hat is off to welders and all of the people that do these jobs, like when it is hot outside, like roofers. First of all, I'm scared of heights. You'd never catch me on somebody's roof. But yeah, yeah, I wouldn't want to, it's hot up there. So I wouldn't want to be a roofer for sure. But yeah, so I mean, it's a lot of appreciation for people that do these jobs. I have to say that. Okay. All right, if I could go back. Oh wait, I missed one. What's the biggest lesson I've learned about myself since starting? Oh no, I already read that one. And I said that one. That one is basically that it is hard. I'm kind of goofy. Like when I started out, my husband was like, "You need to take this seriously," and meanwhile, I got like this cheesy look on my face, and I was like, "I am taking it seriously, but I'm just kind of goofy in the face sometimes." And I mean, I don't take myself seriously, and I know eventually I will learn things at my own pace. So I'm just kind of like, it looks like I'm not taking it seriously, but I really am. Like I'm absorbing it, right? So that's the second question. Okay. If I could go back to the day that I brought this fan and give myself one piece of advice, what would it be? Piece of advice when we got this fan, what would it be? Hmm. I think, I mean, I did have it kind of looked over a little bit, but I definitely think I would have looked at the tires. I wish I would have known more about that. Apparently, they had the wrong size tires on them, so we had to purchase all new tires. It didn't have a jack to jack up the van in case I would have needed, like if you have to change your tire. So, um, just getting a little bit more familiar with things like that because yeah, we wound up having to buy one. And also checking the tire underneath the van, the spare tire. That was a biggie because we couldn't get it down. We didn't have the piece for it. We had to buy the piece. Well, I took it to my brother, who's a mechanic, and then he got the piece. So now we have the piece to lower it, and it was like really hard to do. So I'm definitely going to say roll up underneath that van, and check it out or get somebody else to check it out because those were things that the body looked good visually. It looked good. It had low mileage, so all that stuff was pretty great. um, yeah, but those little things, it's the details that we miss because we're just, it's exciting. And so we have so much going on and we're trying to look at all things at once. So I would definitely say those types of things because you will need them. Uh, how do you get your piece of cake? Okay, wait a minute. I don't know. I'll try and send it to you. That's your piece of cake. Oh, all right. Okay. Okay, so first of all, let me just say hello to some people on here because it's a lot for me to have to sit here, like, read questions and then look on here for stuff. So periodically I'll just look back. So I apologize for that. And there's this weird delay. So I don't know. Yes, thank you, Journey to Healing. It is. I tried to make it very festive and happy in here. Let's see. I want to say hello to Dress Up Doll Lady. Hi. Hi. Um, Definitely Journey to Healing. Phil finds peace. Hello. Thank you so much for being here. Um, I'm just looking back. I'm sorry. Santana, hi, happy birthday to me. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. It is actually my official birthday today. But like I said, we're not really going to be doing anything. Actually, my husband did do we had a pre-birthday dinner last weekend. So cuz I couldn't decide between Red Lobster and Chinese cuz we don't do either one very often. So I was like, I can't decide. So we did Chinese, well, we did Red Lobster last weekend, and then this weekend coming up we'll do Chinese. And I forgot to ask, can you guys see me okay and can you hear me okay? Cuz I'm not sure. All right. I got my next question here. So, what is the one thing in this van I absolutely cannot live without besides the dogs? Hmm. Okay. Besides the dogs, I'm going to say one thing. One thing. One thing. I'm probably going to have to say solar if I was being realistic. That's not a fun answer, but yeah, one thing I wouldn't want to live without because that gives you power for stuff. So I would say solar on that one. Okay, what is the most unusual place I've spent the night this year? I don't know. It hasn't really been, again, it's been a short year so far. We're only in April. So, the weirdness is going to continue to happen. So there's time for that. I'm going to say nothing weird, just Cracker Barrel. And that's not even weird. So, yeah, it's still early in the year. So give me time. Okay. And while I'm answering these, if you guys can think of something that where you're saying like places, ask yourself these same questions because actually I would like to go and look back at this and I'm trying to kind of toggle here, but I actually would like to know what your answers are. Okay. Here's the next question. Um how has my DIY bed build held up after all these miles? And I have put quite a few miles on this van. It's held up like a champ. This bed is solid. It is solid. I have no complaints. Not a one. It's only two parts, and it's the base and then the top part that basically slides. So you push it in, you pull it out. That is it. So it's held up very well. All right. If I had an unlimited budget for a birthday van upgrade, what would be the first thing I'd change? Unlimited. I mean, realistically, unlimited, would I even still would I still be in this van? You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sure. Um, I'm seeing some other people in here. I want to just say hello. Yeah, happy Earth Strong. Thank you, sister. Thank you. Brayley, thank you. I'm glad you could be here. So, okay, unlimited budget for the van. And this would be, I'm asking you guys this too. So definitely answer. So if you had an unlimited budget, like, so what would that be? Uh I mean, unlimited. Why wouldn't I get a van that, I don't know. I guess I just have to keep it to this van. So I'm going to say unlimited, a bigger power station, those brackets on the sides so that I could build like a little deck, a little platform for solar. I did try to do that twice before I went to Alaska, but both times it said that it fit the van. So it says, "Oh, this fits your vehicle." So I ordered it two times, those brackets, and as soon as we put them up, they would not they weren't tall enough to go over this hump. So we wound up having to use this special stuff to put one panel up there. But if I would have had that, I could have had two panels, and that would have given me a minimum of 400 watts versus just the two. So, yeah, I don't know. Again, I'm pretty simple in here. So, like my bed, good. Um, yeah, I mean, just maybe like, oh, definitely, I would get my steering fixed. I'm working on that. I'm working on getting that play out of the steering wheel. So let's keep that in mind. But yeah, that would definitely be a thing. Okay, let's see. Let's see. And Vincent, if I took trip to Alaska, what's three important things to consider? Depending on what time of year you're going, I'm definitely going to say your routes for wildfire. Um, and it three important things to consider. So I would say that um, definitely your gear, everything that you would take with you, you want to be strategic in what you're bringing. So when you're out in the wilderness like that, it's not like just driving down the highway here. It's a lot different. You're in their yard. You're in it's wild country. So, definitely, have your road prep, safety gear. Those are things, all your gear is what you would want to consider. Um Another thing, consider that they don't have a lot of gas stations, all over the place. So, it was recommended to me to bring 10 gallons of gas. I took that seriously. I didn't have to use it, but I wound up giving someone gas. So I wound up giving 5 gallons away. But I didn't have to use it, but I took it to heart when I saw a gas station because they're far and few in between. I stopped and I made sure if I only needed a quarter tank, I was topping off. Because there's times that it'll tell you, like, oh, you can the next gas station is not going to be for like 150 miles, right? So you could get there and that sign that you saw that told you that wasn't up to date. That little mom and pop gas station that they were referring to as far as the next gas station could have gone out of business. And then you don't even have that. And that's real. That did happen. After 2020, a lot of the people that relied on people driving through the Alcan, right? That was their livelihood for a certain portion of the year. And when all of that happened, it put the kibosh on travel. Those places closed down. So there's a lot of, skipped places that you could get gas that you can't get gas anymore. They no longer exist. They're not open anymore. So I would definitely take gas just for peace of mind. Definitely. What somebody said put a big swimming pool on the side on the side of your van? I'm lost on that one. I got to go back and look at these comments. Thank you for telling me you can hear me and see me okay. I appreciate that. Okay. Let's go to some more questions here for my birthday self. All right, so we did the unlimited budget. What's my favorite road food birthday meal to cook in a small space? Well, that's going to be easy for me. I like freeze dried food, so I'm bringing freeze dried food with me. And that gives me just a lot of variety, fruit. Just imagine having fruit that you that's freeze dried. That's where you freeze dried it very fresh, and then you can rehydrate it if you choose to, or you just pop it in as a snack, and it'll last you for a while. It's not going to rot. It's not going to go bad in here. So that's why I appreciate freeze dried food. And we'll make extra meals. Like sometimes I'll just make big meals, and I will take the excess, and I'll say like that's going to be a good freeze dried meal. So, I do that a lot. So, I'm going to say my freeze dried meals because all I need is hot water. That is it. That wound up being a real big lifesaver for me in this van, for sure. Okay, so that answered that question. All right, where is the one place I haven't been yet that I want to visit before my next birthday? And again, ask yourself these questions because I am curious to see what other people like it, or it might be a good idea. And I might be like, you know what? I like that. Okay. The one place I haven't been yet. Okay. By my next birthday, there's a couple. The one is I want to go to the RTR. So I want to go west. I want to go, if you don't know what the RTR is, it's the Rubber Tramp Renaissance, and that is in Arizona, and they have it every year in Quartzsite. Bob Wells is the host of that, and I've been watching him since inception of me being interested in van life. So it's on my list of things to do. I definitely want to do that. I want to travel west. I want to see what it's like to be in the west. When they say like I don't really necessarily need to be in dry heat, but I want to know, what is dry heat? What is that like? Does that mean it's just hot and you don't just instantly start sweating? I'm not sure, but I'd like to experience that versus the humidity, between Pennsylvania and Florida, because it's humid. It's so humid over here, you guys. And down south, like some of the other states down below, it's humid. You guys know if you live down there. So definitely the RTR in Quartzsite, Arizona. And then I'm also going to say I have not been to a hot springs, a natural hot springs yet. I tried to find a couple on my way back when I was traveling back um, from the West Coast to get to the East Coast. And the directions took me to somebody's property. And there was no hot springs there. It was some man's property. I had to apologize and do a Yui in his driveway. So yeah, it took me like a half an hour out of my way. So I don't know. I'll have to I'll have to do better, but I want to find some nice ones and just even just like to dip a toe in it to say I did that. I think that that's I would like that. Yeah. So those would be my two things that I would do for my birthday for 2027. All right. Okay. What is the weirdest? Okay. So this is a question that I'm going to ask you, and I'm going to ask myself. So, what is the weirdest gift you've ever bought for yourself? What could you say is the weirdest gift that you have bought for yourself? Because for me, this year, for this birthday, I've purchased the weirdest gift, but it's something I would never do for myself. So let's just be clear about that. I would never do this. I would never spend, it cost me about $130 for said gift, right? It is an unusual gift, but it's something I would never purchase for myself, and you'll probably understand why. Give me a hot second. So, first of all, I brought myself coffee. So, I'm supposed to be drinking my coffee, y'all. I didn't have anything all day. But, oh, here's what else I did. So you know how you get those emails like, "Oh, it's your birthday, it's your birthday." So I did go out and I did go to Jersey Mike's. If any of you saw my video when I was out west and I stopped at this sub place, and I was like, I am not impressed with this. So, and I said, I love Jersey Mike's. So, and I had enough for a free sub, y'all, the giant one. So I'll share that with my husband. I'm not making dinner tonight for my birthday. So thank you, Jersey Mike's. I appreciate you. I just want to say this is like the best coffee ever. I try and mimic what my husband makes me. He's the family barista and he really gets into it. So he makes his own whipped cream and it's flavored. He takes it seriously, y'all. He's got his own supplies. And so I try and make it. It never tastes exactly how he makes it. Maybe I'm missing the love in it. Maybe that's it. All right. Well, first of all, I got to move some of this stuff because I'm going to get ready to open this. I want to see what you guys said. Did anybody say anything? Oh, you like the mug? Thank you so much. Actually, hubby got that for me. Talk to the paw because you know we're all about the animals over here. Oh, wait. Somebody said dry heat is like being in an oven, no humidity. Ooh. Okay. Do you sweat? Who said that? Who said that? Lois, do you sweat? Um, is it the same thing? Like, okay, so I can definitely give you a visual of what it's like if you don't know what humidity is like on the East Coast. So imagine you have a boiling pot of water. So, you know, like let's say you're boiling eggs, right? And then just imagine taking a towel, because we've done this, you know, especially for us women, like when you were giving yourself like a facial and you want to open up your pores, you know, you put a towel with a pot, like put your face over it. That's what humidity feels like when it's hot here. You can walk outside, boom, instantly you just break out into a sweat. That's the best analogy I can give you as far as humidity goes on this side. So I thought dry heat was better, or maybe you don't feel as hot. I'm not sure how that's working. Okay, so dry heat. Hi. Vintage van life. Hi, how are you? Dry heat is best. No sweat. Yeah, okay. I'm telling you, vintage, can I just say that I hope to see you when I come to the RTR next year. I don't know if you frequent that or if you're, but I would love to try and hook up with you when I am in your area, if you're there next year, because I'll be coming that way. So I will be going for 2027. I'm going to be doing that. I got plans, y'all. I do have plans. So, um, okay, okay. So, all right. I already have two things planned for this year. And then I have reviews that I've purchased some products, and I have to do I've done reviews on some. One I'm waiting for, but these are all things that I've purchased, and so it's like, well, why spend the money when you don't have to? You can see what I think about it. So I got some reviews that I did on products that I purchased that I do have to edit, and you know that's my favorite thing is to edit. Not. So, but yeah, so my plans for this year are a couple of more trips. and some product reviews that I've done that I have to do. But next year we're going west. Definitely going west. Okay. All right. Let's get back to these questions. So wait. All right. So yeah, the weirdest gift you've ever bought yourself, guys. Let me go back here. What is some weird stuff that you've ever purchased for yourself? Does anybody have that? Not a weird gift? Well, let's open up my gift to myself and let's see what she got herself. Like I said, something that I would never, I would just never do this. I would not spend first of all, I'm cheap. But let's just put that out there. I am very cheap when it comes to myself. Not when it comes to other people. I'm not cheap when it comes to other people. But for myself, it's like, I don't need that. I'll talk myself out of it. But for this, and I even have to weigh this puppy. I weighed it. It's like 15 pounds. So I have to turn it this way because you'll know what it is. It's on the box, so I have to turn it this way. So I have to hold my hand here. But let's open it up. So here's the weirdest gift. Here's what I've given myself. And like I said, it would cost me $130. I would never do this in life, except for this one time. Okay. So, yeah, I had to laugh when I made this purchase too. I am a big fan, like one of my favorite candies ever since I was little, because I don't like chocolate. And it's weird. There's quite a few people, and I'm almost thinking it's almost hereditary. There's a few people in my family, we just don't like chocolate. So I was always one of those kids. Come Easter, you get all those chocolate, the hollow chocolate bunnies and the chocolate eggs and all those things. So I never made out for Easter. I never made out. So I would trade people my chocolate and I would get jelly beans. And so, many years ago, I started to really love jelly beans. I was like, oh my God, because you can try like you can put different flavors together that'll give you a whole new flavor. Like you could put like the cinnamon and the apple and make like cinnamon apple pie. I love that. And they give you directions. Like they tell you there's a thing that shows you like combine these jelly beans and you'll get this flavor. So I always love that. But I love jelly beans. But Jelly Belly is very expensive. They did have a so yeah, I got kids. Oh, let's talk about this. So I got kids mix, right? So this is mini 35 little mini bags that were for Halloween. I got these at a discounted rate because they were Halloween. So these are 50% off. So they're just little mini ones. But I know the kids' flavors are like the ones I'm going to like too. And what I did was I pretty much got all the flavors. You know how like when you have jelly beans and you like certain flavors? Well, you can buy individual flavors. And that's exactly what I wanted. So one of my favorites was pear. So I like pear. I got that. I got to see what's going on here. Okay. Another one of my favorites is Dr. Pepper. So this way, when I go to grab jelly beans, I'll normally like eat the flavors that I like the most, and then like little by little, my least favorite flavors are left. I don't have that problem now because I got every flavor that's my favorite. Not every, but most. Because again, this is $130. I'm still like sticker shock by that. I don't think I ever get over it. I just ought to because I mean it's done. The damage is done. Okay, so we have watermelon, juicy pear, Dr. Pepper, Tutti Frutti. It's another Tutti Frutti. Some of these I got 2 of. Like, here's another pair. This is going to last me a while, you guys. Here's the watermelon. I got like 2 of those. My ultimate flavor that I love, that is one of the rarest in their multi-flavored bags, cantaloupe. Love cantaloupe. I think I bought 3 of these. 2. I did. I bought 3 of these. And that's another Dr. Pepper. Then I got myself these little cute containers to put them in. So, they're falling. So you can't go wrong with that. So it's my little, I got 2 of these. These were on sale. These were like, I don't know, 3. I can't remember if they were like $2.50 or $4.50, something like that. But these were on like clearance. So I got 2 of these. Yeah. I'm living my best life now, y'all. You can't tell me nothing in this van. Look, tonight I'm gonna watch a movie. I'm gonna eat jelly beans. And yeah, it's gonna be magical. It is gonna be magical. But $130. Would you spend that kind of money on jelly beans? Probably not, because it's not your favorite. But like I said, what's something that you would never normally do to treat yourself that you just said, you know what? I'm gonna do it. So this is what that was for me. For sure. So yeah, I'll be opening these jelly beans. Oh, wait. And I got a one of those boba things. This was on sale too. So I got one of those like boba cups, and it has certain flavors in there. Like, this is the cutest stuff ever. How can you not love this? So yeah, I actually want to go when I'm out west. I want to go to they have a jelly bean factory in California. I would like to go there. They did have one in West. I can't remember what state. Wait, I want to. It's not Wisconsin. It's not. Is it Wisconsin? I think it is. There was one in Wisconsin, and they closed down, so I never got a chance to go there. Oh! So yeah, that's what's going to be going on. I'm definitely going to go visit that jelly bean factory. I'll be like a kid in there trying to. I'll be competing with the kids at the jelly bean factory. Let's just say that. Let me move this box. But yeah, that is my jelly belly haul. 15 pounds of all jelly bean goodness that I will never again in life make a purchase like that. All right. Oh, I dropped one. Yeah, my cantaloupe. All right. So that was fun. I just want you to know, I waited for a week and a half. And I remember telling my husband, I was like, man, those jelly beans are down there. And I'm going to wait until my birthday to get them. But this box has been with me for about, a week and a half. Yeah, those really close to me know your girl loves jelly beans. Love jelly beans. But more specifically, jelly belly jelly beans are my ultimate favorite. All right, let's see. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. I'm looking here to see what people are saying. All right. All right, so first of all, vintage van life. So you're gonna have a compound set up. Okay. will you okay, so a vintage van life, will you'll put that out there so this way I'll know, or because I know you don't like a lot. I know you like to keep stuff small. You know what I mean? Like you don't like a lot of people. Like when I went to Peace, Love, and Vans, you were like, "Ah, it's a lot of people." And for a lot of people, or for some, it's like, yeah, too many people. It makes people nervous. It sets up certain anxiety. So I get that. So keep me posted on that because I definitely would love to attend. That would be so great to finally meet you. And for anybody that is not familiar, we don't have a lot of people here on the live. So, but anybody not familiar, I definitely would say, vintage van life, great channel, great guy. We have YouTubers on here. Um, Dress Up Doll Lady, definitely. Um, My Journey to Healing, 33. Last time I left that off. So the 33, Journey to Healing 33. These are people that I have followed, um, and that are we support each other. It's a good community. I couldn't be happier. Like this just brings me joy doing this. But all right, let's get back to. I have to answer. Let me look at these questions. All right, very super awesome gift for yourself. Thank you, Dress Up Doll Lady. Not weird at all. I appreciate that because I don't know. Yeah, so you like butter popcorn. You know what? I do like butter popcorn, but not enough to buy a whole bag of it. You know how like you can like something so much, but you could get to the point where it would make you sick. The butter popcorn would be that for me. I can have it, but not too much of it. Kind of like cheesecake. Like I like cheesecake, but I can't have a lot of cheesecake at one time. It's like, oh man, but I love butter popcorn. Black licorice. Okay, now you get like my mom. My mom loved black licorice. I never understood that. That's an acquired taste. Cherry. Mm-hmm. Watermelon. Some of your favorites. Yeah, that's awesome. And I know I've seen you go to the mall where you went to that candy place. And I thought about that when you went there. I was like, wow, I wonder if they have Jelly Belly jelly beans. Because and I think you can possibly get them separated like that. And yes, I was right, Wisconsin. So thank you for that. Yep. Yeah, they closed down. They're not there anymore. All right. So wait, you did receive a package in the mail on your birthday. It was not for your birthday, but you were happy about it. Wait, who? What's happening here? Who? We're talking about Hollywood Studios, aka Television City, Hollywood, California. Christy Gnome, Aqua Mechanic. Oh, Manic. Sorry, mechanic. Oh yeah, and also Marley. Um Marley also, I've been following her for a while now. Marley is she's on her channel. She talks about how she's a caregiver and the pluses and the struggles, the ups and downs and the struggles and of doing that, and we all wind up being a caregiver at one point in time in our lives. So my hats off to you, Marley, for taking care of your dad and being there for him when he needs you most. I think that you know you're a good daughter. I enjoyed watching your video when you were talking about when you were getting like new cable and like he didn't understand the channels of the thing, and you wound up being like his remote control, like his channel changer. I thought that was cute. Yeah, I was like, oh boy, I can see that. I can see that being an issue. I got to go to the bathroom or something. You trying to do laundry or something, and he wants to just surf, you know, TV, but meanwhile, you'd be that person that's the surfer. He'd have to, keep calling you. So that, yeah, I found that comical and also like a little stressful. Like, oh my god, I gotta go back and keep changing the channel. So yeah, I thought that was very entertaining. Thank you very much, Kelly Perez, for giving me birthday wishes. Wait, it's also your oldest daughter's birthday today as well, turning 28. Well, happy birthday to her. So that means she's a Taurus and she's fantastic. She's a fabulous person. Also, just so that you know, today, well, first of all, this date has been my birthday for now 54 years. So that's how old I am on this day today. But they also made Earth Day on April 22nd. And my daughter told me also it's National Jelly Bean Day. I had no idea. Nah, I didn't know that. My daughter actually told me it was. I didn't know. I don't know. There's a National Everything Day, a hot dog day. There's probably a National Pop Tart Day. It's too much to keep up with. But I just thought that was so fantastic that National Jelly Bean Day was on my birthday. I was like, oh my God, this is so fantastic. So happy birthday to your daughter. So she's a Taurus, that's for sure, because that's what I am. So, but an Aries cusp kind of deal. And oh, I have another question for myself. So on my handy dandy paper, because we already unveiled my gift. What should be my number one goal for Fantasy Adventure in 2026? Well, I guess, and I keep like rubbing my nose because I have tried to decat hair this van. When I had Daisy in here, and it's still a struggle. I'll still see like, and that's why I keep going like this because it's just like furred. It'll, it's just periodic. Yeah, my goal for Fantasy Adventure for 2026, that's going to be, well, one, I mean, keep living my best life. That's number uno. Second will be, well, I mean, it says my number one goal. Okay. All right. Well, my number one goal for me this year, because I told myself that I would do better at this and I would work on it, and people that watch my channel made me aware, when I did that video with the the guy that I was helping out when I was in Canada. So, a lot, and everybody was like, "Girl, you shouldn't have stayed that long. You needed to get out of there. Why are you still there?" And I mean, it was countless people. You ever heard of Ted Bundy? And I took all of that definitely to heart, and I appreciated the way people were nice about it, you know, and saying, you should have got out of there sooner, things like that. And I didn't really see it like that, to be quite honest. Initially, I really didn't. When you're in the mix, you're involved in it, you don't see it like that. But I did learn that I have to work on my kindness boundaries. That's so for 2026, it really is me working on my kindness boundaries. Knowing, get not getting to a point where I have to sense it like, oh, I think I'm in danger right now. You know what I mean? I need to get, I need to be able to sever, still do kindness, but chop it off, like, and learn my limits without putting myself in additional danger, understanding that difference. And I know all situations can be a little bit different, depending on, who's out there. But So my number one goal for myself would to be to still work on my kindness barriers, but still be kind, but just working on those barriers. Yeah, that's something I'm. Thanks to everybody on YouTube. I didn't see it that way. So yeah, I didn't know it was a problem. I mean, I knew I wasn't. I stopped picking up hitchhikers. Okay, so for me, I thought, well, I'm good. Like I don't pick up hitchhikers. I don't mean people going like this. I mean like somebody like, hey, can I get a ride? Or, I think without the thumb. So like I gave a ride to somebody where like his e-bike stopped working, and he had a flat. It was a flat, and he couldn't he couldn't fix the flat, and he was trying to get to a job interview, I think, but he missed it. I don't know, but I wound up giving him a ride. But I don't do that anymore. So that's what I'm saying. So for 2026, my barriers are better. It is in the forefront of my head when I go to, and I also try to like think of scenarios of like, all right, how am I going when if this scenario happens, how am I gonna do better? You know what I mean? So I try to like pre-think of situations so this way I'm not so flustered when I do have to, you know, not not be fully me, I guess. So yeah, but it's the kindness barrier. So yeah. Um ooh, what is this happening? What's happening with the movies? Don't get me started with movies. 22. Yeah, 22. Yeah, 22 is a great number. Yes. Okay. I see Nat Baxter on here. Now, that why do I feel like I should know who you are? Um I'm just really curious. Thank you for the happy birthday. I appreciate that. Yeah, Nat Baxter. Yeah. Do we know each other? I think I even texted or not texted, but I left that comment on one of your comments. I was just really curious about that. Okay. One of my favorite pastime movies, The Wiz. Oh, The Wiz. I grew up with The Wiz with the flying monkeys. Yeah. Um Diana Ross and Michael Jackson. Yeah. Oh, I know The Wiz very well. Yep, definitely grew up with that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I have it's been an experience. Um, having a YouTube channel, learning from other YouTubers, having a YouTube channel and balancing life in general. So, when I'm not on the road, I'm working, still learning on how on this whole new journey of being a welder because I'm doing TIG welding. So I haven't learned MIG. That's when you add metal to it, like you weld a piece of metal onto metal. So I haven't done that yet, but yeah, it's been quite a journey. It's been quite an experience. It's been very fun. I do enjoy it. Um, I mean, the only person that makes me do videos is me. So, it's, I keep myself on that regiment. So, to kind of stay focused. My nemesis about being a YouTuber is editing. Nobody likes editing. And I'm cheap, so I'm not gonna be buying like these, real expensive things to like, editing programs. So I just, but I do pay for one, or I paid for one, but it's it wasn't expensive. Thank goodness. Oh, Every time I do that, I keep switching. Oh, welcome back, Marley. So yeah, so this is just like my little, birthday thing that I decided to do for myself. That's it. I don't even know like how long have I what time did I start? 6:30. Holy moly. Why does time go by so fast on these things, you guys? I started at 6:30. It's like almost 7:30. Hmm. So yeah, I'm gonna get ready to get going here soon because I have to. Well, thank goodness I don't have to make dinner because thanks to Jersey Mike's, y'all. What? I don't have to do that. So, but I gotta. I'll make sure that my husband is up and ready for work shortly. But yeah, nope. I might even be out here tonight just to watch a movie in the van. Why? Can I ask you this question? And I'd like to really honestly, I would love your reply on this. So for anybody that's been watching YouTube and you watch like van life, nomadic life, could you, and I really do wholeheartedly mean this, what is it for you that is the lore for van life? What is it? Because I know that there are some people that aren't van lifers that still follow me, but like what what is it for you? Everybody has their different thing. But I got to tell you, I love this band. I do. I could be out here watching a movie, but I wonder, like some people, they'll never nomadically go anywhere or do anything. Some people will live through other people and say, all that driving's not for me. But, I appreciate what you're putting out there on YouTube. So, for me, before I got a van, well, I mean, we had travel trailers beforehand. That's something else I'll have to wind up talking about on the channel. Like, I've done work camping situations. Like, I've had different work camping jobs, and also like how to find them, stuff like that. And then, we had a 16-foot little travel trailer that we bought. We had it actually made for us. And then we had an A-liner before that, the one that goes down and it pops up into like look reminds you of like a teepee. And so I always name everything. So my first the A-liner we that that collapses down, I named that Lucille. I named that after my grandmother because she was little and feisty, so her name was Lucille. Um, but what was happening was once you put that teepee up, well, not, it's not teepee, but once you put the A-liner frame up, because it's that's what it is, it's in the shape of an A. Um, Even though I would put pool noodles, that was like a hack that I got from following somebody on YouTube. Put pool noodles in there, and it kind of helps to block like air, certain things like that, because since it's not a 100% structure. You know what I mean? Like it collapses. So it has moving parts. Well, yeah, that's when I was working for Amazon and they paid for me to stay in a campground. And like, there would be like, like bugs. I just don't, I, you're not going to see me going hiking. And if you are, I'm probably running from something. So I don't like ticks. I don't like heights. So for me, I live through people that will go through and squeeze through these little narrow places where they got, brush all on them. I'm living through you because that's not going to be me. Right. So, yeah. But so there was that one and then also the other one. But anyway, so yeah, when I stayed at Amazon, well, when I worked there, they paid for the campsite and I liked it, but it was just the bugs would get in. There was only so much I could seal up on that A-liner. And then we went with think it was called Sunset Park, and I called that one Ladybug because it was black and red. Loved Ladybug. Oh, love Ladybug. Oh, just a great camper. But then we stopped using it, and when I got another work camping job, but I didn't have the trailer. They put me up in a hotel, so we wound up paying for storage, and I didn't like the storage facility that much. It had like a passcode gate and stuff, but every time we would go there, we would always see people in there like working on their vehicles, and there just seemed to be too much traffic for a place that you just supposed to store stuff. People were like staying there, working on things, and I didn't like that. And I told my husband, I was like, we're gonna come here one day, and this camper's gonna be on blocks because it had real nice, beefy, big, huge tires. Like we got the off-road package where it had like it was lifted with the tires, like, but it was a little cute thing, and it was just red. It was just the cutest thing. So that one I called Ladybug. So that's how I wound up with the van. This I can live, and I've the proof's in the pudding with that. I've lived out of this van. I'll go to and from Alaska, and now to the events that I go to. But it's like a little cocoon that has everything that you need in it. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoy it. I'm reading comments. Okay. Well, hello there, Denise. How you doing? How was your meet? I haven't. I did. I just recently the other day. I know I was looking at your video. I'd like to know how that went. That was your first meetup. So yeah, everybody, Denise is wonderful. She has been on the road or working. She numbers her days, how long she's been full time in the van. She is full time, full fledged, living in her van, and I always have to go over and check on her, make sure she's all right. But she cooks some phenomenal meals in there. It's you better invite a girl, okay? I need to, I need to be invited. I would love that. I'm sorry, I'm reading, so give me a second. I'm actually reading your comment real quick, Marley. Okay. Okay, I gotta go back here. Okay, I'm definitely going back. I gotta go back further. I'm sorry, I talk. Okay, so let's go back to Nat Baxter real quick. No, I just watched your videos. You were in Alaska during the last time. Yeah, I was in Alaska. I was trying to get the van meetup there, but didn't get a chance to make it. Yeah, the only reason why I asked you that is because Baxter is a family name um, on for I guess my yeah, it's a family name on one of my sides, right? So that's what I was asking because I was like, "Am I supposed to know who you are?" Just wasn't sure, and I I I I have been curious about that because you've left comments, and I was like, "Should I know who this person is?" So okay, thank you. All right. Well, hey, great. Well, you're family now anyway, so that's that with that. Okay. Journey to Healing. And everybody, go check out everybody's channels on here. Please do that. Everybody here they're all wonderful. And all of you basically are like YouTubers. We're all YouTubers. Follow each other, check each other out. It's a beautiful thing. We all learn from one another. So for you, Journey to Healing, well, it looks exciting to you. Yeah. I mean, yeah. That's definitely just being on. Yeah. Um, and wish you could do the same. Well, you know what? We all have our time. So just remember that. I wasn't always out here either. So just remember that we all have our time. Love the road. Um, love being in silence. I like that. Surrounded by nature. I really like that. And that's so true because the world is so noisy, and just to be able to shut it out, I think that's a really beautiful way that you put that, because I that resonates with me. I think I feel the same way. I just didn't know you were just able to articulate that beautifully. That's basically what I want to say. All right, now, and you know what? And I can hear Fifi's loud behind out in the yard making all kinds of noise, barking at somebody. Okay, so dress up doll lady. Van life for you is seeing the adventure of others and the cool people that they meet, which that is true. The crazy stuff that happens. Oh yeah. Meet places. Yeah, their survival modes, pushing through challenges. Those are all, yeah, that's nail on the head. I mean, I'm saying. So between that and the, just shutting out the world and having that silence, of nature, just nature. Yeah, we all have what lures us to this, and yeah, it's pretty great. It is. It's great. Let's see. What are you saying here, Marley? Watch life, van life. Wait, you've wanted van life since teenage years, but and I get it. Like life, we can't always do exactly what we want to do when we want to do it. There are things in life that makes us wait. And the only reason why I'm even able to do this is because I'm an empty nester and I have a supportive husband. So, yeah, I mean, I don't really think not many. I don't think there's many of us on here. So all of you know that I'm, a married solo traveler. So we know this. But yeah, let's see here. Having information. Yeah. So I traveled instead. Yeah. Well, Marley, I definitely think, when the time is right, I think you and your daughter, might even do it together to have experiences. But right now, priority is dad. So, in your own time, you'll be able to do what you need to do, but, you're needed elsewhere right now. And that's the one thing about me being in this van. I feel like, how like when we give so much of ourselves to other people, and we are the givers as women, we are the givers. We're the givers to our community, to our our mothers, our fathers, our children, like that. We are those people. We're the coordinators of things. We're the one to keep it. We're the appointment setters. We're all of these. We're the homework people. We're all of these things. But when I shut the door to this van, I am none of those things. This van is catered to me, and it has everything that I want in it, everything that I enjoy. You just imagine walking into a room and it's everything that you love. That's what this is. But yet, I'm on wheels and it can take me to wherever I want to go. So it's just a beautiful thing. I don't know what's going on here. I see yellow. No, you didn't. Heck, you had better stop it, honey. Oh, thank you so much. I think it's a super chat. Look at you. Oh, first of all, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Denise. That is so beautiful. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And we got to get together. I mean that. Yeah. Wait. All right. So I got to go back to these things. No, the meetup was better than you expected. I'm talking to Denise. I'm reading her comments right now. That is fantastic. Yeah, I wish you could have made it to Peace, Love, and Vans. That was an amazing time. But there will be others. So there will definitely be others. Oh, you're talking about my shirt. Okay, dress up doll lady. Okay, I got an interesting tidbit of information for you. Um, this is okay. I have I am this is Nevis and St. Kitts. That is an island in they call it the West Indies, if you will. If you've heard of like St. Martin, um, if you because they're very small islands, but what happened is my grandfather came here at the age of 18 to New York City, and he was from Nevis, and all of my relatives on my grandfather's side are that's where they're from. They're from a little island called Nevis, and St. Kitts is part of Nevis. So it's separate islands, but they're kind of like the same, if you will. So if you belong to one, you kind of belong to the other. So my grandfather did pass away when I was at the age of 12. He lived here from when he was 18 until before he passed away. So he lived in New York. So he told my mom, knowing that he was dying, he wanted to go home. And she said, "Okay, Dad, I'm going to take you home." He said, "No, I want you to take me home." So I'm getting goosebumps. Tell them all the stories. I'm over here getting goosebumps. So her and my aunt Kathy took him back to Nevis. He hadn't been there since he was 18. There was correspondence, he would send things home and stuff like that. But when he came here, you had to have a sponsor to come here and someone that could vouch for you that would help to take care of take care of you if need be, because they didn't want you to be a burden on in the states. But so my mom, before she passed, I would say actually a month before she passed, she had gotten her citizenship for Nevis. And I said, I want to do the very same thing. So she paved the way for me to get my citizenship to Nevis because, it's through descendants. So because her father was from Nevis and she is the daughter of the grandfather of mine, and now me being the granddaughter, I am also a descendant of Nevis. So I am born and raised in the United States, but my heart belongs to Nevis. I have to say, it's a beautiful place. It is very beautiful, and it's a little teeny island that's not like overpopulated and not heavily congested that everybody knows about. You know what I mean? Like you can go there and just be. It's not. It's just a beautiful thing. So yeah, thank you for asking me about that. I didn't know what shirt to wear, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wear this one. But yeah, that's what it is. So it's Nevis. Oh, okay. So Denise, y'all had a potluck. Okay, and you cooked meatballs. I bet you they were fantastic, first of all. And then Saturday, you cooked seafood. I saw your one video. I was like, oh, I'm telling you, you really throw down in that van. I love that. Ah, yeah. Well, you know what? Guess what? You can cook for me, and I will. You know how I am. Freeze dried foods all the way. I'll bring some freeze dried stuff for you and some desserts. Love it, love it. I love doing that. And I really thank you for that super chat. You didn't have to do that. I've never had one before, so I don't even know what to do with that. Right, I have to figure that one out. But I really appreciate it. That was really super sweet. Let's see. Yeah. So Marley, I'm looking at your comment when you're talking about maybe your daughter. I think it's a good bonding experience. And I like the van right now because it'll take me to go see my daughter, where I can experience things with her, and it's a good time. Um, and for anybody that is thinking about it, I'm telling you right now. Oh, the mic is rubbing against your shirt. Oh, you know why? I attached it back here. See y'all. I'm sorry. That's terrible. Let's let's do that. I had it pushed on my ponytail thing. I swung it back there. I'm so sorry. That's terrible. I'm not good at these lives, y'all. Editing? Well, first of all, I don't like editing, but at least you can edit mistakes out. When you're live, you can't edit this stuff out. It is what it is. So I truly apologize for that. Uh, yeah, I'm so sorry. Really? Homemade pizza? We're going to have to get together. All right. Thank you so much, Journey to Healing. She's got to go. Much appreciate you. Yeah, I need to get ready to go too. It's like 7:45 here on the East Coast. So, but yeah, you guys have been wonderful. Thank you so much for being here. It was a pleasure. Thank you for being part of my little birthday bash live. I'm not good at these lives, but you know, we'll get a little better. I'll do some periodically, but yeah, thank you for being here, everybody. And Denise, thank you so much. That was awesome. I didn't see that coming, so I appreciate that. All right, so ladies, and if there's any gentlemen, I don't think so. But yeah, I'm gonna end the live here. I gotta get ready to go in here and check on the hubby. I gotta get stuff together for tonight. But yeah, I'm gonna be in this van, doing my little birthday secluded turtle thing here. Everything I need is in here, and I'll watch a movie. And yeah, I sleep like a baby in here. Oh, I sure do. So thank you, everybody. Thank you so much for the birthday wishes. I can't thank you enough. Thank you for being here. Okay, I don't know how to end this. How do you end it? Wait,